My ex-wife called me crying, begging me to drop the cease and desist order I just sent her new boyfriend. "You're destroying everything we've built," she screamed. "His company is about to go public. We're about to be millionaires." "Actually," I said calmly, "my company is about to go public, and we are about to be millionaires. Your boyfriend? He's about to work for me." She went silent. "What are you talking about?" "I'm talking about the 37 patents he violated when he built his revolutionary product. Patents I filed over the last 8 years. Patents I own 100%. Patents that make me the legal owner of every line of code, every algorithm, every innovation in his entire company. This is the story of how my ex-wife left me for a tech genius who built his empire on my stolen intellectual property. My name is Dr. Marcus Chen, and for 10 years I worked as a research engineer in machine learning and computer vision at a mid-tier tech company. My job was fascinating to me, but looked incredibly boring to everyone else. I spent my days writing papers, filing patents, testing algorithms, documenting everything meticulously. I worked reasonable hours, 9 to 5 usually, came home to my wife, Lauren, made dinner, talked about our days, a comfortable, predictable life. Lauren hated it. "You have a PhD from MIT and you're working some corporate research job that nobody's even heard of? Don't you want to do something important?" "I am doing something important. I'm building foundational technology for—" "Nobody cares about foundations, Marcus. They care about products, apps, things people actually use. You're wasting your potential." What Lauren didn't understand, what she never wanted to understand, was that my boring research work was critical. I was developing core algorithms for image recognition, natural language processing, and predictive modeling. And every single innovation, I filed patents in my own name, as my employment contract allowed for independent research conducted outside work hours. Over 8 years, I filed 37 patents. Some were improvements on existing technology, others were completely novel approaches to complex problems. But to Lauren, I was just a nerd writing papers nobody would read. Everything changed when Lauren started going to tech networking events. "I need to expand my professional circle," she explained. She worked in HR at a startup and was always talking about disruption and innovation. At one of these events, she met Derek Hutchins. Derek was everything I wasn't: charismatic, loud, confident. He was 29 years old and claimed to be building the next big thing in AI-powered social media. He drove a Tesla, wore expensive watches, and talked constantly about his vision and his disruption strategy. Lauren came home from that first event glowing. "I met the most incredible entrepreneur tonight, Derek Hutchins. He's building this amazing platform that uses AI to predict social trends and connect people with content before they even know they want it." My internal alarm bells went off immediately. That sounds like predictive modeling combined with content recommendation algorithms. Exactly! Isn't it brilliant? "It's not new, Lauren. That technology has existed for years. The challenge is implementation and—" "God, Marcus, why do you always have to be so negative? Derek is actually building something, actually taking risks, actually trying to change the world." Over the next month, Lauren talked about Derek constantly. His vision, his drive, his ambition. Then came the announcement. "I'm leaving you," she said one evening. Just like that. No build-up, no warning. What? "I'm choosing a life with someone who actually has ambition, someone who's going somewhere. You're brilliant, Marcus, but you're wasting it on research that nobody cares about. Derek is building the future." She moved out that weekend. For the next 6 months, I watched from a distance as Lauren posted constantly about her new life. Photos of Derek's startup office, all glass walls and beanbags and inspirational quotes on the walls. Videos of Derek giving talks about disrupting the social media landscape. Posts about late-night coding sessions and hustle culture and changing the world. Then came the big announcement. TrendSync AI has closed our Series A round, $15 million. We're going to revolutionize how people connect with content.
grateful for this incredible team and especially my partner Derek, who makes me believe anything is possible. 2 emojis were added, a rocket and happy stars. The product launched 3 months later. TrendSync AI was an app that used machine learning to predict what content users would want to see based on their behavior patterns, social connections, and trending topics. The tech press loved it. Revolutionary AI technology, the future of social media. TrendSync's proprietary algorithms are years ahead of the competition. Proprietary algorithms? I downloaded the app and spent a weekend reverse engineering it. What I found made my blood run cold.
Every major innovation in TrendSync AI was based on my patents. The predictive modeling algorithm, patent US 102-34567, filed by me 3 years ago. The content recommendation engine, patent US 103-456-789, mine. The social graph analysis tool, patent US 104-56789. The natural language processing for trend detection, patent US 105-67890. Even the user interface optimization was based on a patent I'd filed on adaptive UI systems. Derek hadn't just borrowed concepts, he'd literally implemented my patented methods, line by line in some cases. I pulled up my documentation. Every patent was properly filed, properly maintained, with clear claims and specifications. I checked TrendSync's IP disclosures. Nothing. No licensing agreements, no attribution, no acknowledgement that they'd built their entire product on someone else's intellectual property. This wasn't inspiration. This was theft. I called my attorney, Patricia Chen. No relation. She specialized in IP law. "Marcus, this is serious," she said after reviewing everything. "If what you're showing me is accurate, they've violated multiple patents. This could shut down their entire operation." "What are my options?" "Several. You could sue for damages, you could demand licensing fees, or," she paused, "you could demand equity transfer." "Explain." "If their violation is severe enough and their entire business model depends on your IP, you could argue that you deserve ownership of the company. It's rare, but given that they've built everything on your patents, you'd have a strong case." I thought about Lauren's Instagram posts, her celebration of Derek's genius, her dismissal of my boring research work. "Let's start with a cease and desist," I said, "and let's make it very, very clear what the consequences will be." The letter was delivered on a Wednesday morning, right to Derek's office. It was comprehensive, 37 pages detailing every patent violation, with side-by-side comparisons of my patent claims and TrendSync's implementations. The key paragraph read, "You are hereby notified that TrendSync AI's core technology infringes on 37 patents owned by Dr. Marcus Chen. You are ordered to cease all operations immediately pending resolution of these claims. Failure to comply will result in legal action seeking injunctive relief, damages, and potential criminal charges for willful infringement and fraud." I didn't have to wait long for a response. My phone rang at 2 p.m. Unknown number. "What the hell is this?" Derek's voice was panicked, angry. "Hello, Derek. I assume you received my letter." "This is bullshit. Our technology is proprietary. We developed it ourselves." "Really? Because I have time-stamped documentation of every algorithm you're using, filed years before you even started your company." "I don't know what you're talking about." Patent US 102-34567, your predictive modeling system. I filed it in 2018. You launched in 2024. Want me to keep going? Silence. "How did you even—" His voice trailed off. Then I heard Lauren in the background. "Oh my God, Marcus, you sent this?" Derek must have put me on speaker. "Hi, Lauren. Yes, I sent it. Turns out my boring research work was pretty valuable after all." Over the next week, Derek's attorneys tried everything. They claimed independent development. I showed time-stamped documentation proving my patents predated their work. They claimed the patents were too broad. My attorney showed how specific and detailed they were. They tried to argue fair use. There is no fair use in patent law for commercial products.
They offered to license the technology. I declined. Finally, they asked for a meeting. We met in a conference room downtown. Derek, his legal team, his investors. On my side, just me and Patricia. Derek looked terrible. Dark circles under his eyes, rumpled clothes. The confident tech bro persona was gone. "What do you want?" he asked bluntly. I slid a document across the table. "I want the company." His lead attorney spoke up. "That's absurd. You can't—" "Your client built an entire business on stolen intellectual property," Patricia interrupted. "Every line of code, every algorithm, every innovation is based on Dr. Chen's patents. The company has no value without that technology, and Dr. Chen owns that technology." "We'll rebuild with different tech," Derek said desperately. "You've raised $15 million from investors based on technology you claimed was proprietary. If you admit it's not, that's fraud, and your investors can sue you personally." I watched the color drain from his face. "You have two options," I continued. "Option 1, I sue you for patent infringement, win, shut down your company, and you get nothing except potential criminal charges for willful infringement and fraud. Option 2, you transfer 100% ownership of TrendSync AI to me, I drop all legal action, and I hire you to continue running operations under my supervision." "You want me to work for you?" The humiliation in his voice was palpable. "You're good at the business development and marketing side. I'm good at the technology. It's a natural partnership." One of the investors leaned forward. "If we agree to this, what happens to our investment?" "Your equity transfers to me, but I'll honor the company's commitments. You'll get your return if the company succeeds. You just won't own it anymore. I will."
They took the deal. They had no choice. Within 2 weeks, ownership documents were filed. TrendSync AI was now wholly owned by me. Derek went from CEO to Chief Operating Officer, essentially a mid-level executive reporting to me. The investors were furious, but legally bound. They'd invested in a company that turned out to be built on stolen IP. Their due diligence had failed catastrophically. Lauren called me the day the transfer became official. "How could you do this?" she sobbed. "Do what? Protect my intellectual property? Enforce my legal rights? You destroyed everything. Derek's company, our future, everything we built. You didn't build anything, Lauren. Derek didn't build anything. I built it. 8 years of research, late nights documenting innovations, filing patents, doing the boring work you thought was worthless. That boring work created everything Derek took credit for. So what, you just wanted revenge? This isn't revenge, it's justice. Derek committed fraud. He stole my work and claimed it as his own. He raised millions of dollars based on lies. I'm giving him the chance to stay involved instead of going to prison." "We were about to be millionaires," she whispered. "You still might be, if the company succeeds under my ownership. Of course, the shares you don't have anymore won't benefit you, but Derek will get a salary." The irony wasn't lost on me. Lauren left me for a tech genius who she thought would make her rich. Instead, that genius had stolen from me and now worked for me. 6 months later, TrendSync AI is doing better than ever. Under my technical leadership, we've actually improved the algorithms. We filed 12 new patents, all properly attributed and owned by the company, which I own. We closed a Series B round at a $200 million valuation. The original investors made their money back, plus returns. They're not happy about the ownership change, but they're profitable. Derek is still there, still doing marketing and business development. He's good at it, actually, but the dynamic has changed. He's an employee now, my employee. He and Lauren got married. I sent a wedding gift, a framed copy of patent US 1234567, the first patent of mine he violated. The card read, "Congratulations on your special day. Thanks for helping me realize the value of my work. Marcus." I heard they didn't appreciate the humor. As for me, I met someone incredible, Dr. Sarah Kim, a patent attorney who worked on a different case. She thinks my research is fascinating. She reads my papers. She understands the value of foundational work. We're getting married next spring. Lauren sent a message through a mutual friend asking if she could come to the wedding. I said no.
some bridges once burned aren't worth rebuilding. If you're doing innovative work, here's what I learned. 1. Document everything, every innovation, every idea, every improvement. Timestamp it, file it, protect it. 2. File patents. Even if you think nobody will care about your work, protect it legally. You never know who might try to use it. 3. The boring foundational work is often the most valuable. Flashy products are built on unsexy research. 4. Never let someone else define your worth. Lauren thought I was wasting my potential. She was completely wrong. 5. Karma doesn't always need your help, but having good lawyers and proper documentation doesn't hurt. 6. Intellectual property law exists for a reason. Respect it. Whether you're a creator protecting your work or a developer building products, do your due diligence. The tech world loves stories of disruptive geniuses building revolutionary products, but the truth is, most innovation is built on years of boring research by people who don't get headlines. Protect your work, document your innovations, and never let anyone convince you that foundational research doesn't matter, because someday someone might try to build their empire on your foundation, and when they do, you want to make sure you own it. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button for more stories about innovation, intellectual property, and professional karma. And remember, the person doing the boring work today might own the flashy company tomorrow. See you next time.